Hello and welcome back to the Minetrek.net game server. Yeah, I've been busy over here on the Exodus, so this will be an update for the Exodus. Anyways, without further ado, here are the RCS thruster, or the thruster module for one of the RCS thrusters. Yeah, kind of mocked it up here and came together pretty quick. Took a reference from the work that was done by Carl Ramrod over at the Enterprise C, and that's a very uh, in-depth design, and I wanted something a little bit more cleaner, so a little bit more, I don't know, to the style of this ship. So what I did is I went ahead and designed it like this, and I got to thank you to Car Ramrod for the concept idea. Thank you. And without further ado, I've also I've also completed work on the saucer proper. Let's go ahead and get down here and finished up all of the lower decks. Yeah, it's a lot of lower decks, including in here. So if we drop down in here, this is the sensor platform. I still have to put the roof in. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much, for the most part completed. If we come out here, we got a nice little walk around, a little workspace area here for planetary sensors. Let's go ahead and fix that. And in here, got a little work area here for these systems here. And then in here, a nice little work area again, or well, a system room. I haven't added any consoles or anything in here. I may or may not add consoles. I don't think so, because this is more like a system room than, a like a lab or something. But get a little access to this area up here, and then we come back out to this side and walk around. There's the planetary sensor. I believe that's what it's called. This was designed by me a long time ago. I don't remember, maybe a year or so ago, at least. But then same thing on this side, little access area here, another little work area right here. It's a little bit smaller than the one on the other side because just the way I got laid in there. But it works pretty good. And then we come back up here and we have access to this one from back here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this. I've been pretty busy-ish, just sort of kind of thinking things through and working on stuff. But yeah, it's all come together pretty nicely. So far, so good. I'm very happy with it. I did go ahead and adjust these windows all around this section of the ship. I just, what the hey. It's a custom ship, so hull. Cleaned them up a little bit, made them look a little bit more user-friendly. I did the same thing back here with the torpedo observation windows. Very happy with how that came out. Overall, the saucer has come together pretty decently. I did on the back here, I added a fill port for port and starboard. These tanks will be deuterium tanks for the impulse engine. And I even have a little fill spot that works its way, snakes its way up through here and through this system here and comes out here and goes into the system proper on both port and starboard sides here. So yeah. So now we have a fuel source for the engines. And the systems on the ship can easily, make more fuel if they need to. So let's go ahead and buzz on out of here. Again, the nacelles came together really quick. I still have some work to do on them. I want to add the rear RCS thruster modules into the nacelles. I haven't figured out where they go yet. I think they're back here. So I'll probably add them back in here. And I went ahead and copied it out. I've also been working on component ideas for different fill-ins for the engineering hall and other areas of the ship that need stuff. But come up with these. These will be like airlock systems, and this will be a smaller airlock system which can work in combination with these. And these are expandable and or can be changed in color and be used for other blocks. Everything's interchangeable, which is the nice thing about Minecraft. And then I have this system here, which is a small, like, emergency life support system, and then a much larger life support system. And again, these can be scaled, so they can be much larger. And then I have this right here. I think this is a short-range subspace scanner. It can also be expanded to be for the transporter, system. Whatever you would call the transporter array. Probably just a transporter array. And then we have this one right here. Oops. This can be a tactical scanner and or sensor suite. And then this is a much more expanded version of that. Again, these are all scalable, so they can be made to be any size or shrunk down. Just limit the size a little bit. And then various different takes on these kind of components. Again, just playing around, seeing how they come together and whatnot. And then we have these over here, just playing with the colors, kind of adjusting it. So yeah, the same overall design, playing with the colors gives it a different, you can brand it whatever you want to brand it. And then you can also go back through and modify it and things like that. What I mean by modify is you can take like a block here and you can do things like this. All kinds of neat things you can do to these things to modify them. But overall, when it comes to designing components, it's not that hard. You just sort of have an image in your head and you work from there. Or if you take, like, if you do a Google search for boilers and you take a picture of a boiler and you try to make it look like something you would see using blocks like Minecraft and stuff. These are all pretty easy. All I did with these is I just started out with a standard pattern that I wanted to work with, like a partial circle here, and then I just filled in the insides like so, and we'll just say like this. Like, oh, that's kind of neat. And then let's go ahead and add a light to it. Let's go ahead and grab a light. I'll just grab it off my toolbar here because why not? And we'll just say we'll add some lights along this side and along this side here. We'll go ahead and clear out these, put some lights in here, and then, okay, that's kind of a nice idea there. So I want to get some color to it, so we'll add some color to it like so. Oh, that's cool. And then I want to offset the white. Now you can use multiple different colors. I mean, the nice thing is you have gray, black, orange. Like say if you want to go light gray concrete, you can go like this. And oh well, okay, that works out pretty good. But it looks kind of blonde, so you can do things like add some accents to it. Now you can also use carpet. There's no reason you can't use carpet. If you wanted to use carpet, you can use carpet, and then but that's really, pretty much up to you how you want to do it. Anyways, that's a basic design. And then you can expand upon that doing other things. You can add, additional blocks, or you can expand it up. Your limit is the space you have. How big of the room will this fit in? And whatnot. And that'll be your limiting factor. So you want to make sure that when you're designing a component, it'll fit. And in some cases, most cases, it should fit just fine. But, again, if you know what your starting space is. If you don't know what your starting space is, then you might make it too big or something like that. And that could affect it. And you may end up having to go back through and edit because you'll end up taking out walls and stuff that you really don't want to do. And that would suck because then you got, big messes and things like that to deal with and whatnot. And trust me, I've done that before. And if you don't do like paste A, you can easily, remove an entire section of your ship, pasting a single component in there. And that is a drag. But yeah, see, there you go. And again, you can change the color of the blocks. You don't have to use red. You can use other colors, whatever you decide to do. But that's pretty much the crux of it. That's just a basic circular pattern. And then, of course, you can do things like I did up here. You can do patterns like this, or, patterns like this. This I thought was kind of a cool idea, I thought about taking this and actually expanding on this so it'd be like a series of these things. I just haven't gotten around to designing that component yet. But yeah, component designing isn't that difficult. It is actually pretty easy. Once you start doing it, you get into it, and the sky's the limit. You can do all kinds of things. And there are some folks that are really good at it, and there are folks that are really, really good at copying other people and improving upon those things. And that's perfectly okay. If you can do better, go for it. If this helps you and you need a copy of it, just grab it and go and do what you want. The boneyard for all the ships I've worked on, I've always kept a boneyard for all the components and stuff that I've designed for those ships, and they've helped a lot of folks on their filling in their ship rooms and things like that. And I always try with each ship to give each ship something unique, when it comes to their design. The Enterprise by far was the largest ship I worked on, so it has I think the largest boneyard, but I could be wrong. I mean, I've worked on so many ships, I couldn't even begin to fathom how many components I've designed over the years, especially with, like, the Enterprise E and the D, then the Voyager. I worked with the Defiant, designing a lot of its components, but that was 2014. And yeah, I can tell you, it's so many of them out there. I mean, and these are all new designs. These aren't copies of old designs. These are all new. I just made these today. And all you have to do is flesh out your basic design and then copy it and then modify it and tweak it. And you'll find that you can take an initial design and end up with easily 30, 40 different variants of it that all look uniquely different. So, that is a lot of fun when you start seeing your boneyard get filled in with some pretty cool components. And they all, again, you got to make sure they fit where they're going to go. So it might be a good idea to take out some of your rooms and set some of your rooms down and build the component into the room, like I did with the RCS thruster. Actually had to build the RCS thruster unit in the RCS thruster room. And yeah, and again, this is based off of initial idea came from Car Ramrod. I liked what his concept work was, and I didn't want to take everything he did and just, oh, I'm going to copy it all. But the overall design is unique for his ship. So when I emulated it for mine, I just changed it around to fit mine, and made my own thruster pods and everything else, and of course fit it to this ship, the Exodus, and his is the Enterprise C, or I believe it's the I think it's the movie Enterprise C, or excuse me, the series Enterprise C. You see it in yesterday's Enterprise. That's the one he's working on. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with how this came out. Again, thanks to Car Ramrod for the concept. And if you need any help with components and stuff, just check out the Boneyard using the Dynamap, and you can get pretty close. And you can see all the basic layout for most of the components. Again, just, there are a lot of boneyards around the map, and just check them out, and feel free to use those ideas or improve upon them. Do whatever you want. The sky's the limit. That's the beautiful thing about Minecraft, is it gives you a lot of opportunity to be creative. Even if you don't think you can be creative, I mean, you can be creative. It just work at it. I mean, don't give up. Don't get overwhelmed. That's one of the problems I'm having right now, is I play Satisfactory as well, and that game is a lot of fun. But boy, I tell you, it's a mental challenge to keep everything laid out in your brain as to what needs to be done and try to be creative. So yeah, if you can fly around in that game, you can be really creative. But since you're limited and you can't really fly all that well in that game, if you stay vanilla, it does limit your creativity. But boy, I tell you, I've seen some creative things coming out of that game that can blow your mind. Nothing like this, but some interesting buildings and things. But yeah, overall, it's coming together. I will start working on the drive hull here now, and work through the drive hull, getting it completed. Also, I'll be working in the neck. I'll start up at the neck and work my way down. I also have started updating the Jeffries tubes throughout the ship, so that all the Jeffries tubes in the ship are now uniform, which I really like it. Also, I added that transporter down there, just FYI. I will also finish up the larger cargo bay. Now, I've had some interesting ideas of how to deal with that upper cargo bay. I've decided, I could redesign it, make it smaller, and then recover some of the space in it for internal parts of the ship, which I might actually do. I may actually revise those decks and recover some of that cargo bay space up there, because that is a massive cargo bay, and it's really just, to be honest with you, it's there because the hatches are in the hull, but it doesn't mean that it has to be all connected. Let's actually just zip up there real quick. We'll just fly up there and take a look at it. I also have to do the deflector dish and the RC thrusters for the secondary hull here. So RCS thrusters, secondary hull, deflector dish, and then RCS thrusters for the nacelles. Okay, here we are. Okay, so yeah, this is a very large area, and what I'm thinking about doing is I can recover most of this center space and then just wall this off, and there will be a corridor that lungs through here. I'd like to get a Jeffries tube, not Jeffries tube, but a turbo lift up through here, but I don't know if I can actually do that or not, because I like to have, if they're going to have cargo in here, I would like to have access to a turbo lift. Don't get me wrong, I love this space. I mean, it's a nice space, but I'd like to design it so you have the little storage pods that you have down in the lower cargo bay, and I got to have an area for a transporter. And the way it's laid in right now, it's more like a small hangar bay than a cargo bay. I mean, really, it's just, I never understood the idea of why you would have a door there and then another door there and another door there. So I always thought in my mind that these were independently different rooms. Like this would be, literally a small hangar bay, and this would be for cargo ingress and egress, or module ingress egress for ship systems and whatnot. But in most of the plans, it's the modern strategic design, and I guess later on there was another set of plans for the Enterprise, that the official plans. I think those were done up by an artist. I think the same people that did the strategic designs may have actually made those plans as well. But I know there's the strategic design plans, and then there are the plans for the Enterprise A itself. They came in a little black plastic pamphlet sort of a thing, and they're pretty nice plans. I actually have them, just don't know where I put them. But yeah, I'd like to rethink this area. I'll finish it up. Then what I will do is I will copy it out, and then I will come back through and I will rethink this area, because it could also be broken into multiple different rooms. I'm like I was saying, or just 3 or 4 rooms. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't fit the way it is. I mean, it's just a huge waste of space. Granted, a ship like this would need as much cargo space as it could get, but again, I could easily break this into 2 cargo bays and then line the walls with cargo pods like you see in the lower deck. And I'm thinking that's what I might do, and then figure out a way of getting a turbo lift if I can, because obviously there's no way to get a turbo lift forward here because they're off to the sides. I think the closest ones are off to the port and starboard sides of the ship here. And again, it's space. It's a very small ship, so there's not a lot of space to work with here. Yeah, the turbo lift is further back, so yeah. I don't know if I could cross it over. It would have to be a major redesign to move a turbo lift up here. Yeah. Now, I do have the space. I might actually be able to run a turbo lift. You just take up some of this tank space and just move a turbo lift through here. Oops, there's another mistake I gotta fix. There we go. I noticed when I came through here, working on that other side of the ship, there were some issues with this area. I missed some things, and I don't know how I missed them. Like things like that, just weird stuff. And there were a couple extra blocks again. I think it's World Edit playing games with me and whatnot, but yeah, so I could theoretically, if I could find a turbo lift, because again, here's one. So if we come all the way forward, as far forward as it can go, it goes down to right here. And this is, I think, yeah, this is right around here. Now, so I think it's the RCS thruster, so we wouldn't have to go that far back. Here's this. So if I wanted to, how would I do it? I would come into here, then drop down. I could do it easily, come down in here. And this is a access point. I don't need access to this because I have access from over here. So this would just end right here. And I always wanted to put, I guess I could put a Jeffries tube access point right in here as well. So I could recover some of this space here and actually use it for a Jeffries tube. And come down here, have the turbo lift go along here, and then come along this outer wall, and then, well, actually come out to right here. So yeah, it's doable. It's definitely doable. I just don't know if I'll do it on this version or wait and do it on a variant version of the ship. But I will definitely mock that up. And I will definitely consider, well, this area will be completed as is, and then I will go ahead and mock up a different layout for this, because why not? It's my ship. I can do what I want with it. and you can with yours as well. Anyways, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch. Again, this is the Minetrek.net game server hosted by MHeller. Again, big thanks to Michelle for all that she does and has done for many, 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 many years, over a decade now. And y'all have a great day and happy holidays. God bless. Bye-bye.